These are my Premier League predictions, match analysis, and also statistics for round 18. And before we go any further, Merry Christmas. And as you all know it, I always advise you, do not skip any part of this type of video because they are always useful. And if you want to make profits at the end of the day from EPL round 18, listen to each and everything I'm about to say. So sit back, relax, and let's get into business. If you're watching for the first time, ensure you are hitting the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed. And most importantly, turn on your bell notification so you will be notified whenever a video is being uploaded. So without further ado, let's dive right into the business of today. Today we have the round 18 of the England Premier League, in which I will drop my predictions, give you some analysis, and I'm looking forward to get your feedback in the comment section. So let's talk about it. Starting from the first game, in which you have the opener on the 26th, Manchester United taking on Newcastle. Now, if you look at this game between Manchester United and Newcastle, these two teams has been kind of unstable. Let's look at it. First of all, let's look at their standings. Manchester United are 7th on the table, while Newcastle are 11th on the table. Going to Manchester United, they've played 17 games and scored 31 goals and conceded 28. To be honest, it's more better than, or much better than last season when they've played 17 games. Scoring 31, conceding 28, scooping around 26 points. Looking at Newcastle on the other hand, they've played 17 games, scoring 23 and conceding 22. One thing you need to note here, these both teams scores a good number of goals and concede almost the same amount of goals being scored. So what do we expect? I'm expecting Manchester United to score in this game, and at the same time, I'm expecting Newcastle to give the retaliation, in which to score Manchester United back. Now, Manchester United is at home, Newcastle plays away in this game. Let's look at Manchester United's home form, how they've been performing at home. If you look at it, you will see Manchester United are 13th on the table at home, playing 8 games at home, scoring 16 goals and conceding 12, scooping 14 points. Newcastle away are 15th, meaning both Manchester United and Newcastle, home and away, has not been playing very well. Man United at home has not been that solid. Newcastle away has not been good. Newcastle has played 8 games away, scoring only 7 goals and conceding 10, meaning at away they concede more than they score. So now we've picked out the most important thing here, in which what we find out that these two teams tends to score a good number of goals and concede almost the same amount of goals being scored. You get my point? So now, at home, Man United does the same thing, scoring and almost conceding the same amount, while Newcastle concedes more in a way and score a decent amount. You understand? Looking at their form, before I make any predictions, the last 5 games that Manchester United has played, out of the 5, they had 2 draws, 2 wins, and a recent loss to Aston Villa. Looking at Newcastle United, 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 wins, and their recent game was a draw against Chelsea. After scoring 2 goals, they conceded 2 as well. So, if you look at the head-to-head between Newcastle United and Manchester United, it's on your screen. 4-1 to Newcastle, 2-0 to Newcastle, 3-2 to Manchester United, 1-0 to Newcastle, and Manchester United 0-3 losing to Newcastle. But if I'm to use any form here, I'll use their most recent meeting, in which was the 13th. Newcastle won 4-1. You understand? Now, if you notice something here, Newcastle has scored Manchester United in all their last 5 meetings. So there's a very good chance that the both teams will definitely score themselves. Now, if you look at what happened recently in this analysis I just said, or what I just talked about, Newcastle has conceded more in a way than when they score. They've conceded 10 goals and scored 7. Man United has also scored a good number of goals at home and conceded almost the same amount. It speaks for itself. I will not be surprised if the both teams score themselves, in which is very, very possible. So, if I'm to pick my predicted scoreline in this game, 2 to Manchester United, 2 to Newcastle. Because we know how Manchester United are a very, very funny team. They can be leading this moment and at the next moment they lose. We saw how they played 4-4 against Bournemouth and they did not win that game. Now guys, both teams to score is very possible. Over 1.5 goals is also very possible. But my predicted scoreline, 2-2. But if at the end of the day anybody wants to win this game, if you say JB, who is going to win this game, I will lean with Manchester United. Yes, it's very surprising that I'm saying I'm leaning with Manchester United, but that is the truth, because it points out here that Newcastle concedes more away than when they play at home. So my predicted scoreline, 2 to United, 2 to Newcastle. Based on what I just said now, the options that you can go with, both teams to score over 1.5 goals, over 2.5 goals, is very possible. So that sums up the first game. The second game will have Man City taking on Nottingham Forest, taking on Manchester City. Looking at the standings, Man City sits comfortably second. Not comfortably though, because Aston Villa are chasing them. Nottingham Forest are still battling with 17th. Now Man City has played 17 games, scoring the most goals in the league so far, 41. Conceding 16. While Nottingham Forest has scored in 17 games, they've scored 17 goals and conceded 26. Meaning, Nottingham Forest goal ratio is very poor, but their conceding goal ratio is high. Man City goal scoring ratio is very high and their conceding ratio is very low. But there's a very good chance they can still concede, because conceding 16 goals means your defense is leaky. Now, looking at the home form of Nottingham Forest, they are 16th on the table, playing 8 games, scoring 11 and conceding 13. Man City, on the other hand, if you look at it, in a way they've played 8 games, scoring 16 and conceding 10. This points out that Man City has conceded most of their goals in a way. That is just it. Now, Nottingham Forest form shows that they must concede in this game, their home form. 8 games, 11 goals being scored, 13 goals being conceded. So there's nothing to stress about here. If you look at the form between these two teams, the last 5 games that Nottingham Forest has played, I'm plussing it with the Europa League game, or is it the Conference League game? We have Nottingham Forest having 3 wins, 2 losses. They failed to score against Fulham, which was very, very disappointing. They affected a lot of people. Looking at their other team, in which is Man City, being in a very, very glorious form. And I will not just take it away, because Man City will definitely beat Nottingham Forest in this game. But I will not be surprised if Man City concede as well, because the form shows us that, or the table shows us that Man City has conceded most of their goals playing away. They conceded 16, and 10 of it is from away. Head to head between these two sides, Man City has won 1, 2, 3, 4, and Nottingham Forest has won 1. And what you will notice here in this sequence and series, in this head-to-head, both teams to score, no. But I'm not advising you to go with both teams to score, no. Don't do it. The best option here, Man City to win, because there's a very good chance that the Citizens wins this game. Their form speak for itself. 5 out of 5 wins. And in their last 5 games, Man City has already conceded once, and it's against Real Madrid. With their last 4 Premier League games, Citizens, they have not conceded any goal. So, I will stand with Man City to win 1-3. But the best option here is Man City to win. So, it's up to you to pick any option you like. So, without going any further, or without wasting much of your time, that's what I wanted to say. Without wasting much of your time, we head to the next game, which is Arsenal taking on Brighton, Hove and Albion. Arsenal, I don't need to say much here. They just played a game against Crystal Palace. Even these days, it seems like Arsenal are not scoring the goals for themselves anymore. The opponent is helping Arsenal to score. The last game against Palace, on goal by Lacroix. The other games they played against Wolves, 2 on goals. We hope Arsenal does not score, or let me put it this way. I hope Arsenal does not hope on own goals again, because if you are hoping on that kind of thing, you can't win the Premier League with that kind of pattern. Now, looking at the Arsenal and Brighton's game, we have Arsenal sitting on first, uncomfortably. Brighton at ninth. Arsenal has played 17 games, conceded the least goal so far, and they've scored 31, scooping in 39 points. Brighton, Hove and Albion, on the other hand, has played 17 games, scoring 25 and conceding 23, scooping in 24 points. This speaks for itself without even me going further from here. Arsenal will definitely beat Brighton. You are Brighton playing 17 games, scoring 25 and conceding almost the exact amount of goals being scored. Now let's look at the home form of Arsenal. Arsenal at home are second, playing 8 games, scoring 20 and conceding just 3 goals. Just 3 goals. Brighton form away, we have Brighton at 11th. 8 games played away, 9 goals being scored, I mean to say 12 goals being conceded. Now guys, what does this table tells us? Tells us that Brighton will and must concede against Arsenal. Look at their form. Their last 5 games, Arsenal has 3 wins, 1 draw, that is against Crystal Palace, and a lose or a loss to Aston Villa. Brighton, on the other hand, has had an unstable form. 2 draws, 2 losses, 1 win. I know Brighton can be a pain in the behind, but the form in which Brighton is right now is not a good form. Look at the head-to-head between these two sides. 2-0, 1-1, 1-1, 0-3, 2-0. I will not use this because Brighton are not in a good form. And Arsenal has put themselves in a very bad situation right now, because looking at this table, Arsenal needs to win every single game until Man City starts losing. Because now, any slip up from Arsenal is a blow in their Premier League title race. So, give me Arsenal 2, Brighton 0. That is my predicted scoreline. And my very good prediction I will give to this game, Arsenal to win in full time. Very, very possible. And there's a very good chance it happens. So, Arsenal and Brighton, Arsenal to win. Predicted scoreline 2-0. Heading to the next game, we have Brentford taking on Bournemouth. And before we talk about it, ensure you're liking the video, share and subscribe. If you're interested in more amazing football predictions, join our Telegram. The link is pinned in the comment section of this video. Now looking at Brentford and Bournemouth. Scroll down. Brentford are 12th on the table, Bournemouth are 15th. Brentford has played 17 games, scoring 24 and conceding 25, scooping in 23 points. Bournemouth, on the other hand, 17 games, 26 goals being scored, 29 goals being conceded. Everything here is already set, meaning these two teams has a very good chance of scoring themselves. Look at it. Both of them, 17 games played. Brentford has scored 24 and conceded 25. Bournemouth has scored 26 and conceded more, 2 goals extra, 29. So now let's look at where it matters most. Home. Brentford at home are 5th on the table, meaning they have a very good home form. Playing 8 games, scoring 16 goals and conceding 9, scooping in 17 points. Bournemouth, on the other hand, has not been in a very good form in away. Playing 8 games away, they are 16th, scoring 15 goals and conceding 23. This speaks goals. That means there's a very good chance that Brentford will definitely score Bournemouth, because Brentford has a very good home form. Bournemouth struggles away and concedes a lot of goals. Now look at the form of Brentford in their last 5 games. Losing 3, winning 1, drawing 1. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they have not been in a good form either. Playing a 3 draw and 2 losses. Now, when I'm talking about Brentford has been in a very good form at home, look at Brentford's home form, their home form, I mean to say. Their last 5 games, 3 wins, 1 draw, and a loss to Man City. Bournemouth away form, look at it for yourself. Very, very poor. Now, like I said, what am I expecting in this game? I'm expecting that these two teams score themselves, in which is very, very possible and very, very likely. But who is the more better side here? I will lean with Brentford. 2 to Brentford, 1 to Bournemouth. Why? Brentford has a very good home form because they are 5th on the table in terms of home form, and Bournemouth struggles when they play away. So give me Brentford 2, Bournemouth 1. But my pick, which is my prediction, over 1.5 goals is very, very possible. Both teams to score is very, very possible as well. So that sums up the game between Brentford and Bournemouth. Heading to the next game, we have Burnley taking on Everton. Now I'll be much faster. Looking at the table, Everton are 10th on the table, Burnley are 19th. Everton has played 17 games, scoring 18 goals and conceding 20. Burnley has played 17 games, scoring 19 and conceding 34. Obviously, we don't need to speak much here. Expect a very, very good performance from Everton, and they may end up beating Burnley. Burnley have been struggling real bad. Looking at the home form of Burnley, Burnley has played 8 games at home, scoring 7 and conceding 10. While on the other hand, Everton has played 8 games away, scoring 7 and conceding 10. It seems like this stuff is almost similar. Burnley's home form, they've conceded and scored the same goals at home and away. But I will lean with the much better team here, in which is Everton. Burnley has lost, if you look at their form, Burnley has lost their last 4 out of 5 games. Sorry, very wrong. That is for their home form. Either ways, they are still not in a good form. Their overall form, we have Burnley losing 4, the same thing, out of their last 5, and playing a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. While Everton, on the other hand, their last 5 games, 3 losses, 2 wins. Like I said, I will lean with the much better side here. Give me Burnley 0, Everton 1. Because this game is going to be a very, very tight game. Burnley has been in a very, very poor form. Poor form. They've been in a very, very poor form. So give me Everton 1, Burnley 0. Or Burnley 0, Everton 1. And if you have to pick any option here in terms of prediction, Everton to score, Everton to win or draw. The value here is Everton to win, in which I might not go for it, but Everton to win or draw is more realistic. The next game will have Liverpool taking on Wolves. I will not say anything here. Give me Liverpool to win 3-0. Look at the table. Liverpool 5th, Wolves dead last, already relegated. I won't say much here. They've considered the most goals, scoring the lowest goal in this game. Looking at Liverpool's form, they've won their last 3 games, draw 2. Wolves has been losing from the beginning. So give me Liverpool 3, Wolves 0. Over 2.5. Liverpool to win and over 1.5 is very, very possible because this game is so sure. I'm so sure. I know the word sure doesn't work in sport betting, but give me Liverpool to win 3-0. My predicted scoreline, like I said, 3-0. Other predictions over 2.5. Liverpool to win and over 1.5 goals. So that sums up Liverpool's game. Now West Ham taking on Fulham. Looking at the table, we have Fulham in 13th, West Ham in 18th. Fulham has played 17 games, scoring 24 and conceding 26. West Ham has played 17, scoring 19 and conceding 35. West Ham have been porous in terms of scoring or conceding, They've been conceding a lot of goals, while Fulham also has been conceding. But looking at the home form of West Ham are 19th, meaning they have a very poor record at home. Play 8 games, scoring 10 and conceding 20. Very, very bad. Fulham away has played 8 games away, scoring 9 and conceding 16. Meaning that these two teams concede both at home and away. West Ham concede a lot at home, Fulham concede a lot away. Meaning there's a very good chance these two teams score themselves. Now, head to head, their last 5 games, first of all, their last 5 games, West Ham has lost 3, drew 2. Fulham has won 2, lost 3. So 2 of them has been in an unstable form. The head-to-head between themselves, 3-2, 1-1, 0-2, 5-0, 0-1. Unstable form, I won't lie. But if I'm to lean with anybody here, a 1-1 draw is my pick between West Ham and Fulham. That is my predicted scoreline, 1-1 draw. Over 1.5 goals is very possible. Both teams to score as well is very possible. So a 1-1 draw is my predicted scoreline between West Ham and Fulham. So the next game is between Chelsea, that is very, very inconsistent. I know they are my club, but they are very inconsistent. And the most informed team right now in the Premier League, Aston Villa. See, I will not be biased, but I'm scared for this game. I won't lie. As a Chelsea fan, I am scared. But now look at the table. Third on the table is Aston Villa. Fourth on the table is Chelsea. Aston Villa has played 17 games, scoring 27, conceding 18, having 36 points. Chelsea has a lot of chance to go to the first position, but blew everything away. Playing 17, scoring 29, and conceding 17 with 29 points, I mean. Looking at the home form of Aston Villa, looking at the home form of Chelsea, I mean to say, sorry. Chelsea has not had a very solid home form. They are 12th on the table. Playing 8 games, scoring 12 goals and conceding 7. Meaning at home, normally your home is supposed to be where you dominate. But Chelsea tends to fail here, conceding 7 out of the 12 goals they've scored. Now, Aston Villa, look at their away form. They are 5th on the table. Playing 8 games, scoring 12 goals and conceding 11. Meaning Aston Villa, despite they are very good at away as well, they concede a good number of goals at the same time. So both Chelsea and Aston Villa, there's a very good chance they score themselves. Now looking at the head-to-head between these two teams, Chelsea last 5 games, 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 draw. Aston Villa, 5 straight wins. I said, I'm scared for this game. There's a very good chance Aston Villa beats Chelsea. Like, I will not be surprised because Aston Villa are in a very good form. Now, if you look at the head-to-head between these two sides, Aston Villa won 2-1, Chelsea won 3-0. They played 2-2, Chelsea won 3-1, then they played 0-0. But on current form right now, Aston Villa are the better side. But I'll be realistic. A 2-2 draw is my pick in this game. 2-2 draw. So both teams to score over 1.5 goals is not far from this. My pick and my predicted scoreline, 2 Chelsea, 2 Aston Villa. Nothing more than that. But if Aston Villa finds a way to win Chelsea, I will not be surprised. But if Chelsea finds a way to beat Aston Villa, I'll be very surprised and I'll be very, very happy because Aston Villa are in a very good form. And I wish Chelsea all the best. So heading to the next game, we'll have Sunderland taking on Leeds United. Sunderland are missing crucial players due to AFCON. Look at the players they are missing. They're not showing me. I don't know why. They're not showing me the players are missing, but they are missing crucial players due to AFCON. But looking at the standing on the table, Sunderland are 6th. Leeds are close to the relegation zone. Sunderland has played 17 games, scoring 19 goals and conceding 17. Leeds has played 17 games, scoring 24 and conceding a whole chunk lot of goals, 31. Now look at the most important thing here, Sunderland's home form. Sunderland are 4th, meaning they have a very, very good home form. A very good home form. Playing 8 games at home, scoring 15 goals and conceding 7. Leeds in a way are 19th, meaning they have a very poor away record, scoring 7 goals and conceding 19. I would have loved to give Sunderland to beat Leeds, but Sunderland are missing crucial players. But I will still lean on Sunderland. 2 to Sunderland, 1 to Leeds United. Look at their form. The last 5 games that Sunderland played, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss to Man City. While Leeds, on the other hand, 2 wins, 2 draw, and a loss. Similar form, but I'll still lean with the better side that has a very good home record, Sunderland. But there's a very good chance that Leeds score Sunderland because Leeds has scored the top big dogs in the league. They've scored Liverpool 3 goals. They won Chelsea 3-1. They defeated, they scored Man City 2 goals. They did not defeat Man City. They scored Man City 2 goals, I guess. Was it 2 goals or they scored Man City? Okay, 2-1. They scored Man City. Yes, look at it here. Yeah. Oh, they scored Man City 2 goals. I'm very correct. Man City won 3-2. So Leeds has a very good chance of scoring Sunderland in this game. But I will lean with Sunderland 2-1 because Sunderland has a very good home record. So chat, that is my pick for this game between Sunderland and Leeds. 2 to Sunderland, 1 to Leeds. And chat, lastly, Crystal Palace taking on Tottenham Hotspur. I don't want to say too much here. Tottenham Hotspur are the most unrealistic and unpredictable and inconsistent team Premier League has ever seen. The game that you think they might lose will be the game that they'll win. The game that you think they'll win will be the game that they'll lose. The game that you think will end in a draw, they will end up losing the game. Tottenham Hotspur are very, very inconsistent. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, are just coming back from a game against Arsenal, a very, very tight game. I guess they may be tired. So Tottenham Hotspur here has the rest advantage. So give me a 1-1 draw. I don't want to talk much about Tottenham because no matter how you explain about Tottenham's game, Tottenham are a very crazy team. Crystal Palace are 8, Tottenham are 14. Just imagine. I don't have much to say here. 1-1 draw. Because Tottenham are very unpredictable. 1 to Crystal Palace, 1 to Tottenham Hotspur. Over 1.5 goals, both teams to score is very, very possible. So guys, that is all my pick and all my analysis and all my breakdown for round 18. And before we go any further, in 1 minute time, I will drop my own personal predictions for you guys. Don't worry, there is code attached to it. So relax and calm down. Both for Sporty, for 1x, codes are available. So I'll drop the prediction I think is good for this Premier League round 18. And please take note, there is nothing guaranteed. Adjust these 10 games to your satisfaction. These games I'm about to call for you right now, adjust them to your satisfaction. Nothing is guaranteed. When I give them to you, once you get the games, go through them. That's what makes you a better punter or a better person that predicts game. Go through them. JB has given you game doesn't mean JB is correct. So please go through them. Let's cook. So these are my predictions for the EPL. We have Man United, Newcastle over 1.5 goals. Nottingham Forest, Man City to win or draw. Arsenal versus Brighton, Hove and Albion. Arsenal to win at least 1/2. Burnley taking on Everton to win or draw. Brentford taking on Bournemouth over 1.5 goals. West Ham taking on Fulham over 1.5 goals as well. Liverpool to beat Wolves. Chelsea and Aston Villa over 1.5 goals. Sunderland and Leeds over 1.5 goals. Crystal Palace and Tottenham Hotspur over 1.5 goals. With these few points of mine, hope I'm able to convince you and not to confuse you that anything is bound to happen. And I wish us all the very best. These are my pick or my own personal predictions for round 18. You can make your own adjustment, and your adjustment might be the difference. So I wish us all the very best, and I'll see you in 1 to 2 days time for round 19. That is on Tuesday. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Don't forget to join our Telegram for more free football predictions and for more amazing tips. Like the video once again, share the video, and subscribe. Take good care of yourself, guys. I love you all. Merry Christmas once again, and bye for now.